Hi, welcome to 10 Minute Talk Show, a talk show that's 10 minutes in length. I'm your host, Derek Forgie. Well, the Toronto Sketch Comedy Festival is on your computer this year. That's right, and to celebrate the virtual Sketch Fest, we asked a bunch of sketch comedians their favorite sketch of all time and why, and these are their answers. Okay, solid premise. Lights up.
Hello, Derek. Hey, I'm happy to be on the 10 Minute Talk Show. How's everybody? Good. When I was a kid, guess I was 13, and I had seen Monty Python sketches. I hadn't seen them for a year or two. I saw them like when I was 11 or 12, and I didn't understand them that much, but I knew something special was happening, and I knew they were great. And by the time Holy Grail came out, I was ready to grasp Python, and I don't think they were showing their show that year, but Holy Grail, sort of one of the many things that changed my life comically. I want to do that. The Beatles of sketch comedy. Of course, Duran Duran, Kids of the Heart, the Duran Duran of sketch comedy, Monty Python and the Beatles of sketch comedy. I said the setup last and the punchline first, so that's good. The thing that made me understand sketch comedy a little bit was the Black Knight sketch, where there's the Black Knight and he won't let the guy pass, King Arthur pass, and Arthur cuts his arm off, and the Black Knight won't give up. Why cut your arm off? I'll get you with my other arm. And then he cuts the second arm off. Come on, I'll kick you, you bastard. Come on. And then he cuts the legs off, and I'm like, here, and he spits at him. And that, to me, is comedy math. It means a lot to me, and I fall back on that a lot when I'm writing a sketch. 2 + 2 = comedy joke. All right, hey, I really had fun in the 10 Minute Talk Show. Hey, your guests are great. Okay, bye. I'm gonna go talk to my lamp now.
Okay, a sketch that has stuck with me my whole life is one from Kids in the Hall, and I saw it. I can't remember where I saw it, but I still remember the whole thing. I watch it probably once every 2 weeks with Bruce McCullough and Scott Thompson, where Bruce McCullough is the boss, and he has a giant chunk of like lettuce in his mustache, and Scott's like trying to get to the presentation, but he's like, it's just right here, and he's like, I'm not. I don't know what it is about it. It's so insane, it's so absurd, and in the ending he just goes and washes his whole body off, but then he has a giant piece of pizza stuck on him. I don't know if it's because it's like so silly and over the top, or because there's a prop. I do love props, and I do love mustaches. Either way, it is by far, to this day, it still holds up, one of my favorite sketches of all time.
Hi everybody, it's me, Tim Blair from CBC's Tall Boys, and today I'm here to share with you one of my favorite sketches of all time. It's by a sketch troupe from the States called Boat Comedy, and it's on YouTube. You gotta check it out. It's called Man vs. Poison, and pretty much it's just a pitch-perfect parody of one of those Discovery Channel survival shows, like Bear Grylls' Man vs. Wild. But instead of a rugged host trying to survive the great outdoors, he's simply just trying to survive a lethal dose of poison. It's hysterical, and you should check it out.
Hello, 10 Minute Talk Show. It's Chris Gethard here. This might not count as a sketch, but I've always been a little bit more of a fan of reality. So I've always admired sketch. Kids in the Hall come to mind, Mr. Show, obviously. Grew up on SNL, obviously. But I've always been a fan of the stuff that blurs reality a little bit more. There's one called Conan Takes Mr. T Apple Picking. And what I really loved about it was just from that premise, you're like, I totally get what this is. It's about to be funny. And it is. It's everything you expect it to be. But then Mr. T also starts behaving in such insane fashion and making some really big, unusual choices no one expects. And Conan just very masterfully knows how to roll with them, react to them, tie them into the pre-planned bits that they had going into it. It's just really masterful.
Hey, I'm Ellie Heath. I am from Girl Brain Sketch Comedy.
Hey Derek, it's Allison from Girl Brain.
Hey, it's Kaylee from Girl Brain.
Welcome to my home in Edmonton, Alberta.
One of my favorite sketches of all time is this Key and Peele sketch where they're just listing off ridiculous football names.
Right now, the one that's coming to mind is the Monty Python sketch, 10-Pound Note Under the Auto.
Cute Girl in a Cafe by Aunty Donna. And the title pretty much says it all.
And it's so simple. It's really a clown turn. This guy walks down a street, sees some money, but it's trapped under a car. So of course we all want free money. Like, everyone can relate to that. So he tries to move the car, but he can't move a car. So the next logical step in his clown logic, which totally makes sense, is to not forget about it, not let it go, but he's gonna stand there like casually waiting for it.
4 dudes very subtly, Oh. Oh. Checking out a cute girl that walks into a cafe.
And finally, the person who owns the car comes and starts it and is about to drive away. And he's like, yes, I'm gonna get that money. And he's just about to stand up. And the whole restaurant stands up, and they're all waiting for the exact same things because they all had the exact same idea. I think it's brilliant.
What I love is when they shift to the female perspective, which looks something like this. Girl! 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 So their willingness to make fun of themselves in a potential situation is quite delightful.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one of my favorite parts of sketches is getting to wear fun costumes and just be ridiculous.
Thanks so much for asking me. I hope you're staying safe and you're happy. I can't wait to see you in person.
Where's my pillow?
Hey there, 10-minute talk show. How you doing? It's Heather Shaw. Thanks for this request. It's a really good one. In Living Color, it's a legendary show. I think we know who my favorite person on that show was. Jennifer Lopez. She's a great fly girl. Gosh, I think my favorite sketch from In Living Color has to be Fire Marshal Bill, any of them, but maybe the one at the magic show. It's just brilliant. He's brilliant. We know that. He's gone on to do some good things, right? I'm still trying to nail down that impression, by the way, like that whole Fire Marshal Bill. I think I'll get it. It's going to take a second. People keep requesting it, and I'm like, give me a minute. Take care, and see you later. Bye-bye.
Hey, Derek. Hey, Sketchfest, it's Aurora. I'm here to talk about one of my favorite sketches. But one of the sketches that I love is from this little sketch troupe called Variety SHAC, which happened in New York, and they were a all-female sketch troupe. And one of them is called 3313, and it's about 4 women, although you only see 3 on screen. One of them is calling in as the boss, but they're working in an office, and they have to get a report out, and it's just about office culture and making mistakes and talking about blouses and getting things done for a deadline, and that's the best explanation I can give you. And it's just so much fun. I quote it subtly all the time. Enjoy it. Enjoy Variety SHAC. They have a bunch of other great ones as well. And enjoy sketch, everybody.
Thanks, Aurora, and thank you to all of our comedians who submitted their picks for their favorite sketch of all time. We appreciate that. So maybe you're asking, what's my favorite sketch of all time? Well, thank you for asking, whether you did or not. I'm going to give you 3. I'm going to give you 3 newish ones that I'm thoroughly enjoying right now, and then I'm going to give you my pick for my favorite one of all time. So recently, you got Locker Room by Baroness von Sketch. That one is not only hilarious and clever, but it also has kind of a subtle get over yourself, positive body image message, which I thoroughly enjoy. You're also going to want to check out Morning Brown by Aunty Donna. It's delightfully filthy. And you're also going to, just for the sheer absurdity of it, I'm going to recommend I Think You Should Leave. I Think You Should Leave is the show. The sketch is Has This Ever Happened to You? It's absurd. It's ridiculous, and I'm chuckling under my breath just thinking about it right now. But my number 1 pick for greatest sketch of all time, it's a tie for first place, the Key and Peele bully sketch. It might be the greatest sketch ever written. It's so clever. It's so meta. It's one of my favorites. But the greatest ending, and sometimes the ending is the hardest thing to write in a sketch, but the greatest ending of any sketch ever has to be the weekly pre-taped phone-in show from Mr. Show. The concept is solid. David Cross's performance is magical. And the last 20 seconds of that, logistically, for that to land, for that to work, timing-wise, you don't understand. It's perfection. So that's my pick for greatest sketch of all time, because writing the ending is the hardest part, and that's why we're ending the show with it. It seems like a great place to end it. So having said that, Toronto Sketchfest is all online this year. You can enjoy Sketchfest from your home this year. Go to torontosketchfest.com to check all that out. And if you want to support the Canadian comedy community as a whole, I highly recommend you going to comedy19movie.com. There's a documentary there that we are featured in, actually. Tim and Talk Show was mentioned. And it gives kind of a state of things in Canadian comedy. And it also gives you ways you can help out the Canadian comedy community as a whole. So thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. And take care out there.